Hello, folks. This is unusual for this week because the fact is that normally this is my relaxing time, but this is a guy that I wanted to interview because he went to my defense and he's a good friend of mine now, good buddy. His name is Dead on Dave, Dead on Dave Productions. He talks about wrestling, all sorts of good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Dead on Dave.
What's going on, Tommy? Thanks for having me, man.
So how you doing this morning, Dead on Dave?
Well, it's evening here in Germany, but I'm doing well. It's been a good day.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Just
6 hours ahead of you.
I'm sorry that we did this by ourselves. My viewers are probably all asleep right now because they're used to the nighttime viewing, you know?
It's no worries at all. Just gives more of an opportunity to talk about some good stuff.
Yeah. So I guess my first segment is my interview with you. So,
Yeah,
Dave, what inspired you to get in with YouTube?
I was military. I was in the Army for 10 years almost. I got medically retired after getting hurt in Iraq. I got retired in 2010. I gained a lot of weight, lost a lot of confidence, had a real tough time finding reasons to get up and do anything. You know, it was a rough go for a while after I got out. You know, but I've always been into movies and television and media, and I've always wanted to be a reporter and an interviewer, and I love wrestling. I have this passion for it. I always have. And then one day, my buddy Tommy C., he was telling me he was going to start doing a hockey program, which I know nothing about hockey. I was not a big hockey guy at the time, but I was starting to like it. So I'm like, well, yeah, let's do that. Let's go talk some hockey. So we do, and it starts into a show. It starts, him and I start Shot from the Point. On I think we were doing YouTube at the time, but I was podcasting on Podbean and a whole bunch of other places, doing a whole bunch of different shows. I did A View from the Couch, which was a sports show. I did a show with a guy in Boston called Nerd and the Jerk. I've done a bunch of different things. And then I took a year and some change off. Tommy C. and I had a little bit of a falling out. And I was in a really bad place, pain-wise, and miserable, hating everybody, hating myself, and I just needed to take a break. And one day I was like, I need to get back on it, and started this channel back in September, Dead on Dave Productions. And the rest is it's been going great. You know, talking wrestling, started an interview show, and it's been going good.
So, how did you bump shoulders with Joe Cronin? Because I know you worked with Joe Cronin.
Yeah, yeah, it's a funny story. See, Tommy C. became good friends with Joe and started working with him while Tommy C. and I were taking a little bit of a hiatus from each other for about a year.
Did you guys get into a fight or something?
Yeah, we had a few disagreements. Most of it was just me. I was not in the right place to really be around anybody. I was just in a very dark spot in my life and couldn't deal with some things that were happening in a very productive manner, so I stepped away. And it was for the best. I needed to take a breather. But all this time, he was working with Joe Cronin, and then back in, I don't know, about March, Tommy and I started working together. We started talking and rekindling our friendship. And then eventually, he was like, right around SummerSlam, he goes, man, I'm going to be hosting the after show for the Joe Cronin show on Shot from the Point. You should be there. You should co-host it and help me out. And, you know, because I'm a big wrestling guy. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So Tommy hosts the post show after an amazing Joe Cronin review after SummerSlam, and it was not going well. Tommy was having technical problems. It was just it was rocky. I called in and I just had this energy because I was all pumped up, so I started messing with people. And the next day, I guess Tommy and Joe were talking, and Tommy made some kind of an off-the-cuff remark because at the same time, Joe was losing his co-host, Chris Tasevich, because who died? Not really, but we say he's dead. It's a joke.
He came on a couple days ago. I know that.
He was resurrected. Joe resurrected him from the dead. Yes. So I came on the SummerSlam show.
Is that the last time he's ever going to come on, or is he going to?
I'm sure he'll be resurrected a few more times. Tasevich always rises from the grave. But so I did the SummerSlam show, and then the next day, Joe and him were talking, and Tommy was like, "Well, I don't know if you're looking for a co-host. I don't know if you'd ever be interested in taking Dead on Dave." And Joe was like, "Well, I'd take Dead on Dave in a heartbeat." And I didn't really think that he would really want me on the show. So I started talking to Joe, and we had an instant connection, and we had a good vibe, and I became the new co-host of the review show and for Raw and SmackDown on Joe Cronin Show. And then I joined Monetize This as well.
Wow, I watched some of the Monetize This, and it's pretty good stuff.
It's insanity.
I'm more of a fan. I'm more of a fan of the Monday Night Raw reviews and then the Monetize This because I like the Monday Night Raw because you can call in.
Yeah.
And I get confused between Monetize This because you can't call in to Monetize This.
Oh, you can call. No, we take callers on Monetize This.
Oh, really?
Callers. Oh, yeah. We take callers. It's not really a wrestling program. It's kind of a hodgepodge of everything that's going in the world. It's just guy talk. It's just a bunch of guys talking about a bunch of crap. We goof on people. We just have a lot of fun, and it's kind of our way of de-stressing and just having a blast. So it's a lot of fun. We enjoy it.
Now, Dave, what is that? Is that an original Shawn Michaels shirt behind you?
It is. In 2007, I was still in the military. I was down in Tikrit, Iraq, and Tribute to the Troops came. And I got to meet everybody, which was really cool. And if you go back and watch the program, I was there as DX took on Mr. Kennedy and Umaga, I believe the main event was. And prior to the match, Shawn Michaels, after doing their little DX shtick, throws his shirt into the crowd, and yours truly actually is the one who catches it. You can watch it and see me catch it and wear it. And
you tried to kill a guy because
I did. A guy tried to take it from me, and I almost had to kill him. I was like, no, I will kill you. He was like, and I'm like, no, I'll kill you. And all my friends that were there were like, yeah, he'll kill you. So then I went and had it autographed by Shawn Michaels and Triple H afterwards, and it's one of my favorite things in the world because Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler.
Wow, it's interesting. Michaels, he didn't have an injury. He all he was defeated by the Undertaker, and he retires. And the thing is that Michaels could have kept wrestling. I think he I'm not talking bad about him. I'm just saying he had such a high expo for him. But what took the dominoes and kind of threw it down on the ground was the Undertaker match. And I was thinking, I think Michael still had a couple of years on him, in my opinion. And
that's arguable. Yeah, he was ready. He was ready to walk, and he did. And good for him.
Everybody knew. When Michaels put his career on the line, I think he was kind of planning to head out, and that he knew he wasn't going to win.
Yeah, I think that was the plan.
Arguably, one of the biggest things is the whole. I tell you what would have been a better match for the streak: Sting versus The Undertaker. And everybody says this. I've been hearing fans rage about this, and I think WWE shot themselves in the foot because Brock Lesnar is going to have to drop the title to somebody when he at WrestleMania because he has officially signed off on the side with UFC, and I'm thinking, how can you be?
I don't think he's officially signed anywhere. I'm not 100% certain he's going to go. He might, but I'm not 100% certain. I think a lot of this is leverage.
You know why I think Brock Lesnar's going back to the UFC?
Because of Punk?
Yes, he's going back to fight Punk.
Oh, no. They're not even anywhere close in the same weight class. That fight can never happen. No, that won't happen. I don't think that's the right thing. As far as Sting and Undertaker goes, that match I hope never happens. I do not want to see it. They're combined over 100 years old. And in their prime, absolutely. Great match. Would have loved to have seen it. But the fact is, these are old men. And The Undertaker cannot hide his own faults and shortcomings, let alone Sting's at his age. So I think where they're going right now is the proper way. I think Sting Triple H will be a very good match. Triple H is young enough to be able to carry Sting and help that match look good. And Undertaker, I believe, is going to get involved at the main event at Royal Rumble. I think he's going to cost Brock Lesnar the title to Cena, and then Seth Rollins will cash in Money in the Bank on Cena, become the new champion. And then at WrestleMania, we will see Brock and Undertaker Part 2. The Undertaker will get his revenge, and then we'll see what The Undertaker decides to do, or what Brock decides to do after that.
Well, it'll be interesting because the Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame happens, and you know what happens after Hall of Fame? The guys just retire. And if Taker gets involved at WrestleMania, it will be interesting, and it's very edgy. It's on the line. You're just like, what's going to happen? And my philosophy is that if Lesnar drops the title, and Seth Rollins takes that title, I'm sorry to say, Seth Rollins is not a champion.
I think he is. I think he is.
It's argumentable, because the fact is that Seth Rollins is kind of like that old bacon grease in the pan. And I think who really deserves the title, who really deserves to lead the company after Cena retires, as I called him the Iron. Oh shoot, what did I say? Who he was?
The Samoan Superman.
The Samoan Superman. That's what I call him, and people are probably gonna be jumping on my case. Why are you calling him the Samoan Superman? Because he's got that Superman punch, and I think he's practically made of steel. But he's not made of steel. But he kind of has an entrance for the Shield still. I think he would build his own character up.
Yeah.
But it takes time to build yourself a character up. And I declare.
Yeah, he has absolutely no charisma. He's got to work on that, and I think he's a little bit away. I don't think he's ready yet, but I like what I've seen out of him recently. I think what he's done in the ring since he's come back from injury, and some of the things he's done on the mic, not counting these horrible things that have been written by Vince McMahon lately, the suffering succotash and things like that.
Really?
Vince has been writing all of his lines lately, and it's been horrible. But I think Roman Reigns can be a big player in the industry. I think he's got the right look, because I'll be straight honest with you. I've been married for 12 years. I love women, but that is one gorgeous man. That is one sexy human being. That dude is attractive, and I have no problem saying it.
There's nothing, as I say on Seinfeld, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's a good-looking man, and anyone who doesn't want to admit to it is a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. Liars.
Is your pants rising, or are you just happy to see me?
It could be both.
Debatable. I wonder how long Cena has on his case, because oftenly it's Cena. Just watching Cena on Raw the other night, and his face was just like, holy crap, I got my buddies fired, And you're gonna hate this, but I hate Triple H. I hate Stephanie, because they're so chauvinistic that they think they can rule everything with an iron fist. They're characters, and I honestly hate that in somebody. I hate somebody that's going to try to manipulate everything. And some people say that I manipulate things, but I try not to.
You're a master manipulator, Tommy, and you know it, and it's okay. It's a beautiful thing.
I am not a Paul Heyman guy.
Nothing wrong with manipulation. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. The old Carl salesman smile and song and dance. Nothing wrong with it. But as far as Triple H and Stephanie goes, I think you need an authority figure like this. I like it. I mean, if you hate them, then you must have really hated Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon, when he was in his prime. But then you'd be hating. Well, see, that's the thing. You weren't a wrestling fan back then. Yeah,
No, I wasn't.
you didn't live through the Austin McMahon era.
No, here's the thing. I'm kind of a bloomer. I'm
You're a
watching
bloomer. Yeah.
the footage of that when I wasn't really into WWE.
Yeah.
So it's like I trying to think here. Oh God, my head is I just
It's
woke
too
up.
early. You're a night creature.
Yes, but how do you get used to the hours in Germany? By the way.
Oh, I mean, there's no getting used to it when I'm living here. I only have to adjust to you guys when I do shows with people in the States. It's not that difficult. I've lived here 12 years. Germany is my home. So
Has has everybody thought about for the joke? I'm sorry to change the subject again.
no.
Has everybody ever thought on the Joe Cronin show like to have a meetup? Have you ever thought about coming over here to Boston? I mean, to Boston where Joe lives. And
Yeah, I haven't been to the States in a long time, but yeah, I'd like to as soon as I get some cash together to be able to do it. But the cool thing is Tommy C and I actually live about 25 minutes away from each other because he lives over here as well.
wow,
So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
I never met Tommy C. I don't know if I think he knows about me a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh, he knows about you, buddy. And you've been on with him. He's been on the show when you've called in.
Really,
So,
I didn't recognize his voice. I heard
He's
your
got that
voice.
laugh. Tommy C's got the laugh everyone associates with Tommy C.
Yeah,
He's
well,
really
the
high
thing is
pitched
that
and cackly like a 1920s mobster. It's wonderful.
every time I watch that show, I hear you because you have a very dominantial voice over Joe's. And
Oh
you
God,
kind of,
no. Joe runs that thing, dude.
I know Joe, but most of the time you're like his sidekick, and I hear you all the time talking, and I didn't know who you were at first. I thought that I was at first I was kind of scared of you because I was thought yeah.
I was a dick to you. Let's just put it out there. You called in for the first time I ever dealt with you. You called in on a night where I was not a happy man. I had one of the worst days I've had in a very long time. I was very pissed off at Raw, and the first like 3 callers before you were all stupid, and they were driving me insane. And so I started what now has famously become known as the Royal Rumble incident, where I was, throwing bitches over the top rope. It's my first cuss of the night, by the way, on the show. And you called in, and I gave you a hard time. And I was mainly being playful. I was just very frustrated that night. It was nothing personal. I really did. Even that night, I didn't agree with anything you said, but I dig your passion, man. I've always dug your passion. You've got amazing passion for the business, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate most people just look at my page and then they're just like they write me off and they don't really open the book of Tommy NC 2010. They just kind of write me off and give me a signature and then they're just like, okay, I'm done with this guy. This guy's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. I'm under the same thing. I'm a big guy. I've always been a big old fat guy, and I get a lot of judgment for that. I get a lot of hate for that. But I've always been a bigger guy. There's been times where I've been lost weight and stuff, but I've always been a big guy, and you take a lot of crap for it. So I understand it sucks, and I'm disabled now too. So I'm on a cane, and I have machinery inside of me. So I'm always getting weird looks, and it's not easy being different than what the norm is. So it sucks. But you know what? You don't want to deal with those assholes. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Those jerk bags anyway. You asked me the other day, how can I be so positive about things? Well, that's because I try to keep positive company.
You're like me.
Yeah. I try to surround myself with people that I can tolerate, people that I really, truly enjoy, and people that I can learn from and hopefully teach a little to as well. I enjoy people who are interactive and social and have a lust for life, because for so long I was lacking that. I didn't have it. I didn't even care about daily stuff. I just didn't. And so it's nice to have a community of friends and a community of people that I can rely on. And you're a part of that now, man. I mean, you're one of the most positive people I've ever friggin' met in my life. And you have every reason not to be. If you were just a jerk, I'd completely understand. But you're not. Every single day you put out that positivity, and it's quite amazing. I commend you for it.
Yeah, I definitely. I was talking to your friend last night. Did you watch the show?
I did. I watched the show with Jesse. I couldn't hear everything because Google Hangouts sucks, as I've told you before. But yeah, I watched it.
Everybody keeps telling me that I should change my format and I should just go to Skype, but I can't operate Skype, and if I wouldn't know how to connect it to YouTube and stuff like that, and I don't know if I was to change my format, I would have to get used to the Skype format, and I could probably play music, but the fact is that YouTube would. How does people just make music for Joe?
Yeah, there's music that you can use on YouTube. There's music that you can search for there. There's also websites that you can search for royalty-free music. And yeah, there are some bands who just let Joe use music.
Sorry, I thought I heard something in my house. I hear noises.
Yeah, don't you gotta be worried about burglars, man.
Of course, I live on a freaking mountain, so I.
Oh well, hikers then.
All I have to worry about is big white vans pulling up beside my house, and then a bunch of guys jumping out with a crazy amount of equipment to steal things. That's what I have to worry about, because that's what we have to worry up here in the mountains. Don't get any ideas.
Hey man, I got a beard. I'm Grizzly Adams. I'm a mountain man. What can I say?
I wish I could grow a beard. That's been my dream, to grow a beard. But I work for a grocery store, and they say you can't grow a beard, and I'm like, I wanted to grow a beard. I've always wanted to know what I look like. I've always wanted to know what I look like with a beard. And
I think you should grow one of these, man. Screw that grocery store. Go ZZ Top. Go all the way.
I just need to find a job. If I, maybe if I get big here on YouTube and I start making the money, I can. Oh shoot! There it is.
Yeah, there's the cough. We're gonna get you blown up so you can grow a beard. Let's start a Kickstarter so you can grow a beard. We're gonna call it the Let's Grow This Man a Beard Kickstarter Fund. That's a catchy name.
Yeah.
Make me rich so I can grow a beard, you sons of jackals.
I'll grow a beard for you guys. I'll even stick plugs in my face and start growing it. I'll quit Ingalls, and I'll just live off my YouTube career once I get there.
There you go. And when you get a beard, make sure you put braids in it.
Oh, God, no thank you.
Yeah, pirate beads. That'd be awesome, man.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Do it big, Daddy. You got to do it big,
Yeah. Jack Sparrow. I am Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow. Savvy?
Savvy. Where's all the rum? Why did you have to burn all the rum?
But why did you burn the rum? Yeah, Disney. Disney's good stuff. They own everything. Yeah. We're in a world where it's owned everything.
Honestly, here's the thing. Did you see my article on Facebook that I found about the abandoned theme parks?
Yeah, I did check that out.
Yeah, honestly, I think that why? Why, they could demolish it, they could put it back to its original shape, but no, they leave their crap there, and you're just like, oh, we're going to leave a Gulliver's Travels thing there all burnt up by the sun and tattooed all over crap.
It's funny. They do that mainly because they don't want to pay a construction company to tear it down. Most of the times when those abandoned theme parks shut down, it's because the owners run out of money. They can't afford to keep it open anymore. So if they can't afford to keep it open, logic dictates they can't afford to get it torn down. So they just abandon it, and we have these relics that I actually find very eerily beautiful. I think they're just time capsules. They're pictures of these very strange times. It's
Picture if
cool.
Disney did that. I've heard Disney's done that with some of their places.
Yeah.
Imagine if Disney World, or both Disney places went out of business,
Hmm.
and Disney just shut down because they couldn't pay for anything anymore. Imagine if they did that down in Florida and people started going by there. That'd be the creepiest crap you've ever seen.
Yeah, it would be. Can you imagine going through a small world and like the animatronics are all screwed up, like, and they can't even sing the Small World song anymore. Instead, it's like saying like worship Satan, because somebody would go in there and program like say messed up stuff like Beelzebub, we command you. I'd go in there and program to sing like Stairway to Heaven. Wouldn't that be badass to go to small? It's a Small World After All ride, and they're singing "Stairway to Heaven." All the little weird animatronic children from across the world. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
It would be funny if they did the song for the Brave Wyatt. Can you?
Oh my God! You one up me, sir. Yes, that would be.
Here's my soul. Here's my praise. Here's my. I don't know how it goes, but.
Yeah, I have no idea. Learn to fly. It's actually my ringtone. I have it on my ringtone on my phone. I swear to God. That and I got the Brood ringtone on my phone. I got all kinds of weird stuff. What's that?
You really like the Brood?
Yeah, I got the Brood on there.
Huh. I'm starting to wonder. They're reminding me of their. Well, of course, they're bringing up the old Road Dogs. You know the.
Oh, you didn't know? Oh, you're talking about the Ascension.
Oh yeah, the Ascension.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, the Ascension. Yeah.
Who was the Brood? I forget.
The Brood was
so many tag team.
and the Vampire Gangrel back in the Attitude Era. You probably missed them.
Oh yes, and you know I am the boogeyman, and I'm going to get ya.
That was a little bit later on, but yeah.
Did he? That was so funny. He bit that mole off of that lady's face.
Jillian Hall, yes. He bit that growth off of Jillian Hall's face, yes.
Was that actually a growth on her face? Or
No,
was
that was just prosthetics, man.
That was a. Oh, I bet that was chocolate. I can tell you.
It might have been. It might have been something like that, but it was just some kind of fake waxy thing.
Oh my gosh! And he bites that off her face, and she's just like.
It was awesome.
The Attitude. I don't think the people of today could take the Attitude Era. I think they'd be calling up whatever broadcast network it's running on, and they'd say, "Shut this thing down. My children should not be seeing this." You do anything today, people get butthurt. You know, it's people get. Speaking about butthurt, I wanted to bring this up. Last night, I watched Joe Cronin's show. I watched the beginning of your show, and I wanted to say,
yeah.
Huh?
My epic rant. Yeah.
Yes, on B Rotten.
Yeah.
And I guess that I'm gonna say this. I was gonna have B Rotten on here, but I decided not to because I wanted the show to be between me and you. And the thing is that I'm gonna say something to B Rotten. I accept your apologize, B Rotten, but I'm gonna say this. I kind of don't accept it, and I kind of do accept it because the fact is you wouldn't apologize unless Dead on Dave said something, and that makes me see that the fact that you were being a little bit two-faced. And in your comment, you said you don't want to make excuses, but you do make excuses in your comment. And the fact is, I don't know if I'm gonna. If you get in my good graces again, I'll maybe have you on my show. But the fact is that you could be so degrading like that is like saying, I'm a decent person. I don't think I'm perfect. I don't think I'm the biggest showboater. I don't think that I am one of the most high-class YouTubers here on YouTube. I may have a disability. You can handle me the way you want to handle me, but the things you said about the way I type, here's the thing. I can't read, buddy. I have to have people type my comments, okay? So understand this. The reason why Joe and them jumped on your case was because I'm the kind of guy that has a disability, and it's doing things in a world bigger than I am, unfortunately. And that's why I wasn't ratting you out. The
No,
fact
not at
was,
all.
Dead on Dave was talking to me on his show, and I said, "Oh yeah, some of your guys don't like me." He's like, "What are you talking about? Everybody likes you here." And I said, "Not exactly, because," and I mentioned your name because you were the only
Well,
guy.
to be fair, I kind of made you do it, because and you'll be able to hear all of this on the interview because it will be posted on Thursday on my channel, The Dead on Dave, on Creators Corner. You brought it up, and it bugged me that somebody would treat you that way. So I wanted to know who it was, because I thought it was one of our guys. I thought you were saying it might have been JD from New York, and that would have shocked me because JD's not that type of guy. He's awesome. So I wanted to know who it was. So you hunted down the message for me, and we found out that it was B. Rotten from Talking Wrestling News. And, I don't regret a damn thing that I did. I don't regret going on a rant about it. I don't regret bringing it up to Joe Cronin. I saw something wrong, and I did my best to speak out on it.
I want to say
You,
this
you
to
took
Alex.
you took some heat off of me, Tommy, because you said that you made the call to not have B. Rotten on there. But in fact, let's be honest, I would not be on the show with him. I told you that I did not want to work with this guy, and I'll tell everybody exactly why, because it shouldn't be on you. I don't want anybody thinking bad about you. You're a good guy. I didn't want to work with this piece of garbage because I don't believe his apology. You can't write a novel the way he did to you and then come back with this contrived apology that looked like somebody else wrote it. It sounds like a corporate apology that you would have got from like Stephen A. Smith when he made a mistake and he had to apologize on behalf of ESPN and stuff. That's what that felt like. It didn't feel real, and it pissed me off even more. But I'm going to let it go after this because there's no point in continuing to harp on it. But if you mess with my friends, if you mess with people that just simply don't deserve it, and not just Tommy, nobody should be treated the way you treated this man. Plain and simple. Nobody. Race, creed, disability, nothing. Nobody deserves to be treated this way. Tommy's a good dude. He's passionate. Can he be a little much? Can he come on strong times? Yes, it's true, but he's a good person, and nobody deserves to be treated that way. And so, B. Rotten, you want to come on my show one-on-one? You're more than welcome. I will have you on, and we can do this like men, and you can try to explain yourself. But I want to know why there's not more consequences for your actions. You talked about how you're a corporation, that you guys are a business. You brought it up several times during your degrading letter to Tommy. So I want to know why your corporation, your business, doesn't function like everybody else's, and there's not some actual consequences for your actions. A suspension. I don't think you should be fired. I think you need to be. I think a message needs to be sent that Talking Wrestling News is not going to tolerate this, and you as a human being, you as a man, see what you did was wrong, and you take yourself off of the air, because that's the only way you're going to garner any respect from guys like me, Tommy C., and anybody else who stands up for what is right. I'm sorry for that rant. I apologize.
And I want to say this to Alex. You're welcome. Alex, you are welcome to come on my show. I would like to have me and you originally were going to be on the show, and when this everything kind of fell out because I kind of felt kind of quiet. And in fact, when the first time this ever happened with the comment, I didn't say much, but my friend Jeremy was the one that responded to you. And he got mad because what you said, and he responded to you. And you never responded back to him because, his comment was bawling, you know what I'm saying, Dead on Dave? Because I sent that to you.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah. He was not happy.
No, and the fact is I have no problem with talking wrestling. I barely watch your programs, but I've heard of you guys. And I found out, the only reason I found out about you guys was because you guys were working with Joe Cronin. Yeah. And I was watching that episode. And I subscribed to you guys because I said everybody deserves a subscriber. And that's my philosophy. Everybody deserves a subscriber. if you are making material, good material, and you have your own opinion, and it's not rude, you're not degrading people, everybody has their own ways of doing things.
Sure.
So the thing is that when I did that, I didn't say anything. I just kept it to myself. I went on my way. I would talk about it. But when I finally was talking to you, you kind of had to force it out of me to practically say who it was.
Yeah, I crowbarred it out of you a little bit. But, the funny thing is about this is as much as he talked about how smart he was and his IQ and how big of a business they're becoming, at the time, you had 10 times the amount of subs they had. 10 times. And they still... So not only did they disregard any logical sense on a human level, they disregarded sense on a business level. Because you could have benefited them. You could have had them on your channel where it would have opened them up to your 2,000 plus subs, and it would have got them views, subscribers, and hilarity. But no. You want to be dicks. You want to be children. You want to be kids. So I treat you like kids.
Alex. I'm not talking.
No, Alex. You know what? Alex, I'm on the fence with, because Alex tried to justify in the comment section everything that happened, and I'm a little bit agitated with the entire network now, because Alex is like, well, you guys don't know the entire story and all this. There is no other side of the story. There is no other side of the story. There's right and there's wrong. There's gray areas in a lot of things in life. This is not one of them. So I know you're trying to be a good guy, Tommy, and that's what I love about you, and that's what everybody loves about you. But I am not such a good guy, and I will tell these people exactly who I think they are. They want to act like kids. I'm the guy who will treat you like kids, okay? So you come talk to me. We'll put on our big boy pants, and we'll talk. And let's see what
here's
happens.
The thing. If he does a show...
I'll be fair.
If you do a show at Be Rotten and those guys, let me know. I'll come on, and I'll be your tag team partner in the ring.
That's the thing. I don't want you there. That's why I didn't want to do the show tonight with Be Rotten and you in the same room, because he's just going to kiss your ass, Tommy. He's just going to apologize to you and make himself look good. So if I were to attack him, I'd only look like a jerk. There was no winning for me in that situation. Because I would have saw all the bullshit, but he would have been so nice to you and all this. And because you're such a good dude, you would have let him off. He would have gotten off with it. But you know what? Because of Tommy C., my good friend, who talked a little bit of sense to me and helped me realize what I already knew, but believe in it a little bit more, I realized that, you know what, this is not something that should be let go so easily. He should not be able just to skate away, because this is a more serious situation, because the guy has problems. Anybody who can address another human being, especially somebody that you could see has problems of their own, you can address them in that manner.
This guy has connections with his crew.
He ain't got connections. Let's see how much connections they got, because I'm calling them out. Okay? So you have connections. Wave them down on me. Let's see. That pissed me off more than anything. You want to brag about your connections to Tommy? What the hell's the matter with you guys? What the hell's the matter with you? I'm freaking out. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, Tommy. I need Pez. Where's my Pez? Where's my Darth Vader Pez? It's back there. I don't want to reach for
it. But I'm going to drop the subject, but the thing is that you can do what you want to do, man.
Yeah.
And you can get justice. That's all right for me.
Oh, I'm letting it go. I'm done with it. The only reason why I talked about it at all is because you brought it up. You wanted to talk about it a little bit. And if people bring it up to me, I will talk about it. But this is a dead issue to me. As long as they leave you alone and they apologize, and that's great, and everybody's hunky-dory with the apologies, and we're all lovey-dovey, that's fine. I'm more of a man to accept that. That's completely fine. But I'm watching.
I had trolls. Back in the day, I used to have trolls that would write these long comments.
Yeah.
That would just be degrading, and they weren't connected. They didn't have networks behind them. Mm-hmm. These networks and stuff like that, wrestling networks at all, and they were actually degrading. Some of them telling me, please stick a revolver in your mouth like you would like to do that to yourself and blow your brains out like you would like to because you're a worthless human being.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. There's a lot of, but see, this was not a troll situation. This
Nope.
was, if this was a troll, see, I don't mess with trolls. Trolls are trolls. I don't mess with them. But this was not that. This was one human being responding to another in a business manner and being a complete D-bag. So,
Yes.
I mean, but I get you. Trolls are terrible. They're everywhere. I get trolls on my channel. I get people telling me that, hey, do you have diabetes? And I get called grimace. I get called, because people are so clever because I'm fat. Oh, you have eyesight. Congratulations. You can see that I'm fat. Oh, that's so cute. Look at the cute guys with their nice little comments. Oh, you're a fat guy. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Next.
I'm a little heavy also, and I'm working on it. But the thing is that you can't help it because you have an injury.
Well, I'm trying to. I'm swimming 3 times a week now. I just started this program. I'm eating better. I'm doing a lot. I've lost a lot of weight already. As a matter of fact, just real quick, since in the last 18 months, I went from about 445 pounds to right around 3. I've lost a lot of weight. I got more to go, but I'm proud of that, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished, and I'm going to keep on working because that's what you got to do.
So, Dave, what is the future for your channel?
Well, right now it's just growth. I'm gaining subs every day. I'm putting out content every single. That's my claim. I do a video, at least one video every day. Every day of the week I do something different. I have different things that I talk about. It's all wrestling related. I have a couple days where I talk other sports. But the future is as bright as I ever thought possible. This whole thing has been so humbling to me. Every subscriber means something. It's incredible the connection that some of these guys have had with me, and people asking my opinion about wrestling blows my friggin' mind, and it's quite humbling. So the Joe Cronin Show is my main priority, along with my own channel and helping Joe and Tommy C and Jesse and Dave Rose and so many others who are working their butts off and trying to put together good content. That's my main focus, is helping this team, helping this community, helping you, helping everybody, continuing to grow. And that might sound corny or whatever, but I mean it. That's who I am. And it's where I'm at in my life. I'm living for right now. For the first time in my life, I'm not thinking about the past. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm thinking about today. And right now, it's just about creating videos, having a good time, and continuing growth. And it blows my mind. I've got T-shirts with my face on it that people can buy. It blows my mind. And I'm a shill, so I'll say it. Yeah, Spreadshirt.com. DeadOnDave.Spreadshirt.com. Go get your Dead on Dave merchandise. Drink out of me. I have coffee mugs now. Because I'm a shill. I'm a soulless shill. I'm just like Shawn Michaels. I'll sell anything.
You should go check out my shop. I have a few T-shirts on my.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You should check out a few of them if you want to purchase one of them.
I'm poor and I'm cheap, so
I want to say, folks, so if you can, support the channel, because the fact is that all the donations go to equipment. Like, my mom bought these lights for me, these awesome lights, and now I have a green screen suit with a green screen now.
Oh wow, you've got good parents. Hopefully you can show them this video and I won't be embarrassed, because you showed them my other video and I swore a lot. I cussed quite a bit. That was not suitable for parents.
I don't think she's watched it yet.
Oh God, yeah, censor it. Beep, 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 beep. There's a lot of beeps.
A lot of beeps. Yes, a lot of beeps. Put the lotion in the basket or just the hose.
Put the lotion on the skin or else he gets the hose again. Put the lotion in the basket.
Yes. By the way, folks, tonight you can watch the Joe Cronin Show immediately after Raw is over. Go on. Don't go on the Joe Cronin Show YouTube channel. Go on the
Spectrum Gaming 617.
Go on Spectrum Gaming 617 And check out the Joe Cronin show tonight. He's going to be reviewing Raw. My buddy there will be there. Tommy C will be there.
Jesse J, the man, the glue, Jesse J.
Jesse James is going to be there.
No, J, not James. He's not an outlaw.
That's my
Jesse J.
time. Honestly, at 11, that is my cutoff time. Yeah. But if anything, I'll be watching the show. I always do if I can't call in. And, this has really been awesome, making a kind of a friendship/bond family with the Joe Cronin crew and you. This is really respective. I'm glad that I could be a part of everybody's channel here. A couple years ago, I wasn't even a spectrum on anybody's griddle.
Look, buddy, the privilege is mine. It truly is. I'm honored to have met you. I'm glad to know your story. I'm super pumped about the interview. I'm sorry there's been a little drama. I'm kind of a wild card. I do crazy things. I apologize if I have put on any extra stress onto you. It was not my intention.
No stress on me. I was just in the middle of this, and then when you brought it up on your show, I was shocked that you brought it up, and then I was amazed on how strong you took this, and I was like, wow, I would have just let it go, but I'm going to let Dave take this, because if this guy deserves to get what he gets, he deserves to get what he gets. And, it's my thoughts that, I'm a respectful human being. I try to do what I can, and I try to respect my friends and do what I can in my life. And honestly, I would like to someday meet Joe Cronin and get to chill with him, sometime have a beer with him. I don't know if he drinks or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he drinks.
I may have a beer and a sweet tea. That may sound weird. Okay, yeah, I live here in the South. Okay, I'll tell you a story. I went to Seattle, Washington, and what happened is I went to Vlogger Fair. That's Chris Perillo's event.
Yep.
And I turned to a lady and I said, "Ma'am, can I have some sweet tea?" And she's like, "Sir, it's not called sweet tea." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, what's it called?" She says, "It's called iced tea." And I'm like, "Is it sweet?" And she's like, "I could bring you some sweetener packets." And I'm like, "Okay, just bring the tea, bring the sweetening packets. It's sweet tea." And she's like, "Well, here we call it iced tea." And I'm like,
yeah, I would have lost my mind. I would have lost my mind. I would have been like, "Just give me the tea. Give me the tea. No tip. No tip for you, lady. Give me the tea. I want the tea. I want the sugar. Put it in my veins. Just get an IV bag with some tea in it and hook it up. Let's do it right there. Put it in my veins. I'm Tommy Talks. I want the friggin' sweet tea." That's what I would have done, but I'm insane. So.
The day I'm gonna tell you something. I'm probably gonna lose my mind. The day I'm at a restaurant and I'm with some friends, and a bunch of fans come up to me. A whole table of fans come up to me and be like, "Yes, my name is Tommy." And I'm like, "Calm down, calm down, calm down." And they're like, "Can I have your autograph? I want you on YouTube." I'm gonna freak out the day that happens.
Brush your shoulders off, kid. That's what you gotta do. Brush them shoulders off. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta pop the collar and brush them shoulders off. That's what you live that life, baby. Styling profile. Woo!
What do you think of the look today? It's the smiley face vest and the...
As always, you are a beacon of fashion, my friend. Look at that. I mean, Gucci. Is it Gucci? What is it? I mean, it's got to be Gucci. It's got to be the Gucci, right?
It's a zoot suit.
It's a zoot suit. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
The zoot suits. I like the 50s styles, the way people dressed back in the day. They were popping. Gangsters used to wear the zoot suit classically, but they had respect. People feared them, but at the same time they respected them.
Well, they respected them because they would get killed, if not.
I'm not going to kill anybody.
Well, bullets can make you respect a lot of things. There's no question about that.
I'm not going to kill. I'm not going to kill that one guy. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's no need for bloodshed. I've already eviscerated them with my words. And like I said, look, as long as they are, I don't even care about apologies. I just want it to go. I want them to go away. Go away. Take a hiatus. Go away. Because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Kid stuff. Kid stuff.
Yes. Well, folks, I want to say, me and Dead on Dave are going to chill for a little bit. Dave's going to take a nap after this. But
Yes, I am.
thank you for joining the Tommy Talk Show. Check the Dead on Dave Productions show, youtube.com/Dead on Dave Productions.
The Dead on Dave Productions.
The Dead on Dave Productions. Very keeny. Very. But, so, folks, as always, I'm Tommy NC20, and thank you for joining me on this special episode of Tommy Talks. And I know we don't do this on Mondays, but I want to do this for Dave. I'm keeping you on the inside. Fact.